Welcome back to Avalon and Ninth. Please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are here with, what are we here with? We are here with week 6 of 52 weeks of fandom. Alright, you're probably like, where the heck have you been, Amanda? Like, come on. You had all these videos and then you dropped off the face of the earth. Well, part of that was we had the worst winter storm Texas has ever seen. People were losing power, pipes were bursting, no heat, all that fun jazz. Okay, yeah, not so much fun. And it literally lasted a week. So that put me in a predicament where obviously I wasn't able to do anything that entire week. So I won't say that this isn't important, but it is in the priority list. This was not something that was on the priority list to come back and get done. And then the following week, so let's see, the week of the 15th through the 19th was the storm. So the following week, the 22nd through the 26th, I ended up not feeling well at all, and ended up making a few trips to the doctor's office, and just they have no resolution. Without going into too much detail, I woke up in a lot of pain that Monday morning. Not a whole lot of pain, but enough pain. But I was like, maybe I did something. The next morning it was even worse, so that's when it started to get, and then by the end of the week it had really just kind of wiped me out. So that's where I've been. And so now I've been doing all the catch up of everything. And so we're going to be catching up completely on this whole 52 weeks of fandom because let's face it, I am not going to get behind like I did this last year. So I will forego all the other spreads, but I'm definitely going to get all caught up on these so we can get right back into it. So I am using a kit from Charlotte's Minis. I purchased this kit during the December TPC sale, and I'm pretty confident I have all of my kits and then some that I need for this whole 52 weeks project. But this one did not come with any bottom washi, so it was very much full boxes. In fact, it's actually 2 different kits, and then I merged them together to do what I wanted to do. And so I pulled out some washi that I had. So the bottom washi is from Simply Gilded. Figured those colors went really well with it. And then I layered another washi, and that one is from Happy Daya on top of that. I figured with the pinks and the yellows and the blues, it was the perfect type of washi for it to go with this kit. So anyways, I don't remember what I'm doing here. I'm obviously not doing any planning because why would that happen? I think what I was trying to do to figure out what I was going to do is the fact it doesn't come with any glitter headers, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for that top section where it came for the date covers. That's probably more realistic as to what I was doing. So I don't plan any of this stuff out. Isn't that a little ironic? I am a planner shop, but I don't do any planning for any of this. Most of this, so stop, rewind. Okay, I do some planning for this, but a lot of it is done also spur of the moment because it's I'm laying it down for the first time. So while I have, since this project is doing this day in history, I have that information already to the side. But in terms of what I'm going to use in the kit and stuff like that, I don't really plan any of that out until I'm really kind of in the middle of it all. And part of that is just the genuineness that planning isn't perfect. Sometimes you have to be calm and patient and let it find its way out, if that makes sense. And especially when you're using other people's kits. So as planners, we definitely have shops that we love to frequent. There's stickers that we absolutely love. So when we delve out and we do something from another shop that doesn't have the same type of format or the stickers that we're used to using, it puts a whole little bump in the road to getting the week laid out. Not that it's bad, it's just, oop, got to change things up just a little bit to make things go. That's all that's happening here. And by no means am I going to show you that something is absolutely perfect and done right, because honestly, that's not correct, and it's not real life. So when we get into it, like when I get into this, you're right along this journey with me. I'm sure if I like did more talk through videos, you would probably be like, oh wow, you really don't have your act together, because I don't. And I actually have a really hard time. This is my walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can't do it. This, obviously, I'm sure if I put my mind to it and I practice and stuff, it would get better. But it is not something that comes naturally to me with talking and planning at the same time. Hence the reason why you get the voiceovers, because I can feel a little bit more relaxed in my squeaky chair, because I know you guys pick up on all the squeaks, like this one, and that one, because I have to move around in this chair. And, well, this chair works, and I'm a little bit on the cheap side and don't want to have to go buy another one. Do you guys know how expensive office chairs are? Like, seriously, they're expensive. Especially like good ergonomic ones. And yes, I know I probably should invest in one, but it makes it, that's how I feel. Okay, so let's get into this. All right, this kit is obviously based upon Bob's Burgers. If you've never watched Bob's Burgers, Tina and Louise are two of the daughters in the show. Absolutely love them. It's hilarious. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do this. And in fact, my kids actually asked me if I was going to do a Bob's Burger kit in my 52 weeks of fandom. So this is an ode to them. And of course, I had to start with the "I am a smart, strong, sensual woman" as the quote, because you know what? I am smart, I am strong, I am sensual, and I am a woman. I'm going to own that one. All right, on Monday the 8th, we've got our little newsy guy from the Coffee Monsters Co. and the little script sticker for TDIH, which stands for This Day in History. And it says, in 1924, the gas chamber is used for the first time for an execution in the U.S. Gangster, and please don't pounce on me if I get names wrong. I will try my best, but if I get names wrong, please don't pounce on me. Gangster G. John was put to death at the Nevada State Prison in Carson City, Nevada. So I will forewarn a little bit. Apparently this was the week that I wanted to have a little bit more crime involved in it, I guess. We start the week out with a criminal, and we're going to end the week, well, close. Yeah, we're going to end the week with a criminal. There's your forewarning, okay? So then I went ahead and put the full box down of Tina, and then half box that just talked about, us going to Taekwondo. Tuesday, full box up at the top saying, hey, I don't appreciate your lack of sarcasm. Well, I love sarcasm. My husband could tell you that I love sarcasm. Yes, very much so. Our little newsy guy down, and 1964, the Beatles made their first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. So 1964 was also the year that my mother was born. So I'm like, that was a really long time ago. Because even though I'm getting older, and my mom really isn't all that old. I mean, come on, let's face it. She's still my mom, so I'm still in that child phase of like, you're so old. And guess what? My kids think that I'm ancient. So I don't know. I don't know how that one works. But anyways, half box down to just mark that it was time to cook. So we got together as a family because we had no activities that evening and decided to cook a more intensive meal for everybody. What we had, I don't remember, but I do remember because it had no activities and it was time to cook. We all hands on deck. And then it was a late night for me that night to finish everything up. We are going to move on to Wednesday. I'm kind of just doing my whole normal way of how I like to plan things. So, with where I like to put my full boxes and everything. I don't think that that's ever really going to change. This just seems to be my comfort zone. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Yeah, never know. So Wednesday, full box at the bottom, newsy little guy up top. 1942, Glenn Miller received the first ever gold record for selling 1,000,000 copies of. Anybody know what it is? I didn't know what it was, and I don't even know who Glenn Miller is, but out of everything that I could pick from that day, this was the most interesting one and the one that didn't involve in crime, considering that I started the week and ended the week with crime. He's for selling 1,000,000 copies of Chattanooga Choo Choo. I don't know how the song goes. Otherwise, maybe I might sing it for you. I don't know. Uh, so, another half box just to mark that we had dance that evening, and then there was no taekwondo that night, and I don't remember why. There was no taekwondo. I'm really horrible at this memory planning aspect, hence the reason why I should really have a memory planner done, and I'm trying, but apparently I never fill it out either, so such is life. Don't feel bad if you don't ever fill yours out either, so give yourself some grace. On Thursday, full box up at the top that says, I'm no hero. I put my bra on one boob at a time. It's a line Tina says. So, that's what it is. Coffee Monster's newsy down there. And in 1805, Sacagawea gave birth to a son named John Baptiste. There was some more information in there. Oh, no, it just talked about how she was Lewis and Clark's guide. Like, it didn't say anything else, which I felt was kind of, frustrating. So, with finding these, this day in history type thing, I really tried to find an all-inclusive site that's going to have, a whole bunch of stuff. But every once in a while I have to go off and I have to find something else because they give me something like this and I want more information. In fact, for Friday, I do have more information. So, anyways, because I had to go off and research because I was curious. So, on Thursday, no dance. Audrey wasn't feeling well. So, and then, but the boys did go to Taekwondo. So, she had started to be a little bit on the exhausted side. I think I've talked about this before, that my daughter has something called cyclic vomiting syndrome, and one of her triggers is exhaustion. And so anytime I start to see exhaustion happening on her, sometimes we will just take it a little bit easy and no activities. So, but by Friday morning she was bouncing around again, so I just think she needed to get some good sleep that night. So, Friday, in 1870, Utah Territory granted women the right to vote. It was revoked in 1887. So this was news to me because this was not something that I knew growing up. Obviously, I grew up in Utah. This was not something that was ever given in our Utah history class. So when I saw this, I was like, well, wait, didn't women's suffrage happen in the early 1900s into the 1920s? What's this going on about 1870? So a little background about Utah. Utah was founded by Mormon pioneers across the plains. They practiced polygamy, and when it came time to give them statehood and stuff like that, one of the things was that they had to dissolve and not practice polygamy anymore. Well, this was also one of the things that, politicians were trying to do. Hey, we will give your women right to vote, we're going to give them the right to vote. In so many ways, it was to get them to give up polygamy. And it backfired. They didn't give up polygamy. And so it was revoked because they didn't go along with what the politicians wanted them to do. So, like I said, that was never anything that was ever taught to us in Utah history. So I was very intrigued by that. That evening, Friday evening, we had a dance battle. It was awesome. We played some video games and we had a movie night. So it was very much about the kids. And I'm really glad that we did that because the following week was the snowpocalypse. Saturday, full box up there. We have the little Newsies guy. In 1866, the gang that included Jesse James and Cole Younger committed the first bank robbery in Liberty, Missouri. Like I said, we started the week with crime, and we're ending it on crime. I don't know why, but those were fascinating facts or histories for me. And then That evening was, we took my oldest to help at Taekwondo for a parents' night out. So parents go out and they watch all the little kids. And we hit our patch of black ice. The kids were absolutely frightened. I knew how to, be fine on it, and we were luckily not on like a big busy road or anything. So, and I was traveling very, very, very slow, but I have a very, very huge van, so didn't matter that we hit black ice. We were going to slide a little bit. And that's when I was like, we're getting home and we're going to hunker down. That's what we're going to do. So, on Sunday the 14th, happy Valentine's Day for this one. In 1929, members of Al Capone's gang killed rival gang members in the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Whoa. I didn't dive into any more history of this one. I only dive into, I try to dive into one a week that I get a little bit more history on, so that when I'm here talking with you, I can give you a little bit more history. So the one that I had obviously chosen was the one on Friday, and so I don't know everything that went in with this whole St. Valentine's Day massacre. But either way, there we go. We're ending the week on crime. And then that evening was The Apocalyptic Storm is Here. And then I just move over to the sidebar, and there isn't anything to track. I did do planning in my other planners, but I'm not going to put those videos up because I'm more concerned at putting this fandom stuff up, and I will just jump into when I start filming this weekend, getting back. But that's what I've got. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my rambling, and I will be back on here. Okay, guys? We'll see you around. Bye.